So what are keys and cuts in 3D printing? When you have complicated designs, especially large ones like the swords and the one we have here, often you need a key and cut in order to help assemble it because it's just too big to print on one build plate. It's pretty common practice to cut those parts into smaller pieces in order to print them. And that's where the key and cut technique actually has a lot of benefits in assembling 3D printed parts. I'm Bryan DeLuca and this is Maker Build It, and today we're talking about key and cut techniques in 3D printing, and we're going to show you how to actually create them in Nomad Sculpt. But before we do that, make sure you like and follow. Now, key and cuts in 3D printing are a pretty common technique that actually help you assemble your parts together. And they make sure they align correctly. So what are key and cuts in 3D printing? In 3D printing, keying refers to creating connection points or keys to help two separate parts align and fit together precisely. Key cuts usually have two parts: a protrusion, which is considered the male part, and a cutout, which is considered the female part. These keys ensure that the parts snap together in order to line up and provide a more secure connection. So why are keys so important in multi-part prints? They improve part alignment, they enhance structural integrity, they make for easier assembly, reduce post-processing time, improve glue and adhesive performance, and they facilitate modular design. Now let's take a look at how to design a key and cut in Nomad Sculpt. So we're going to go through two scenarios here. The first is if you have two parts that you need to join and create a key cut for, and the second is if you have one part that you need to split and create a key cut for. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add a cube. Now we're going to move that cube into position to roughly where the key is going to be. Now we're just going to size it up to make sure it's in the right place and also the right size for this shoulder joint on this little robot arm to go into this square robot-y type body. So we're just making our key right now. We're just going to move it and we're going to adjust it until we find the correct place we want it to be. We're going to take the key and the arm we created and we're going to do a voxel remesh and make them one piece. So now we have one piece here. Now we just want to make sure that's where we want the shoulder to be. We're going to look to see to make sure the shoulder is deep enough in the body. That way we know our key will work. Now we're going to clone our arm. We're going to hide the original arm. And we're going to do a voxel remesh. And now we've cut our key. Now we can make our original arm visible again. And we can see it fits right in the key cut we had. One of the things you want to do is when you are making your clone of the arm, you do want to make it slightly larger. And the reason why you want to do that is because the cut needs to be slightly bigger than the key. Now, in Nomad Sculpt, that's a little more complicated than it is in something like Blender where you could scale it. Nomad Sculpt works in units, not in exact measurements. Now let's take a look as if we had one item that we need to split and then create a key for. First, we're going to hit split, then we're going to hit the square split, then we're going to draw our line roughly in the middle of where we want to split our item. And once we release it, we'll have two separate pieces we could draw away from each other. Now, if you click the components, you'll see there are now two spears, the split and the full. We're just going to create another cube and we're going to size it in order to make our key. And we're just going to move it in place to where we want it. And about the size we want our key to be. We want to make sure it's deep enough in both halves of the spear. And once we're happy with that, we're going to take our two pieces, our half spear and our cube, and we're going to do a voxel remesh. and just merge those two pieces together. Now we're going to duplicate the spear. Once again, we want to scale up slightly the other part of the cube. That way when we do the cut for the voxel remesh, the cut is slightly bigger than the key. Now let's do our voxel remesh. And now you can see here, we have our cut and our key, and the cut is slightly larger than our key. Now all we have left to do is print these and see if they fit. When designing your model, consider these factors in order to have an effective key and cut system for your 3D print. Clearance and tolerance. 3D prints are not perfect. Always leave a bit of clearance between the key and the cut to ensure they fit without much friction. A 0.1 to 0.2 millimeter clearance will work well, but may vary depending on the printer's accuracy. The shape of the key. The key can take various forms. Simple, cylindrical, or rectangular keys are pretty common, but you could experiment with various different designs of keys. Square and polygonal keys often help stopping rotation between two parts. Key depth and size. Now this really depends on your print. The bigger your print is, the deeper you want your key, but you don't want your key so deep that your print may fail or be close to the edge of your printed piece. Orientation. Consider orientation when you're 3D printing your part. You don't want excessive support material, because what will happen is that will cause the key and cut maybe to not fit as accurately as you designed it. For multi-part 3D prints, key and cuts are extremely important to help make sure your parts align and ensure some structural integrity to your actual 3D print. By designing and implementing a key and cut system into your multi-part 3D prints, you'll transform your 3D prints into professional builds. For more on 3D printing, DIY, and maker projects, make sure you like and follow Maker Build It, and remember, keep on making.